Intelligence has been the focus of a lot of recent science fiction media, from the ominous Vicky of iRobot to the murderous GLaDOS in Portal, or the varied and dangerous computer games in The Matrix. In all of these cases, artificial intelligence serves as the primary antagonist, a serious threat to humanity stemming from the over-reliance on technology and short-sighted programming. In reality, modern artificial intelligences are far from this glamorous or powerful. In today's society, artificial intelligence is used more often to challenge us in video game entertainment or automatically park cars, design antibiotics, and filter in the spam from your email.
The preceding examples of AIs all refer to intelligences advanced beyond our current parlor tricks to emulate human thought in order to display an intelligence that we would consider sentient. This begs the question of, what is intelligence? There is no single definition for what defines intelligence, but in the field of computers the most famous test of intelligence is the Turing test. The basic concept of this test is to have a human ask two unknown entities, one human and one artificial intelligence, any question, and then to see if they can identify which is the artificial based on the responses they receive back. This was the first step towards narrowing down the question of how to tell if an artificial intelligence could be considered sentient. The biggest key to passing the Turing test for any AI is the ability to emulate human speech. This is a significant challenge as artificial intelligences draw from programmed databases of information, words, and grammatical rules for all of their knowledge. This can give them access to unprecedented numbers of facts, but leave them at rather a loss in conversation when dealing with figures of speech, semantics, or multiple definitions. Capabilities today do allow AIs some measure of proficiency with natural language when dealing within a specific set of parameters, and researchers are all the time improving these capabilities.
Improvements come with some serious concerns from general public. No, not concerns that Skynet from the Terminator series is imminent, much closer home actually. There's a growing fear of computers in general, in particular, artificial intelligences replacing humans in the workplace. From as far back as the computer program Eliza, who was able to perform a few rudimentary linguistic tricks, to act as an almost believable psychiatrist. People have been concerned about losing jobs to computers. More modern focuses for concerns are expert systems. These systems are programs which reference massive databases of information to emulate the decision-making capabilities of an expert on a particular field. These could include experts in medical diagnosis, internet researching, or fraud detection. By automating these processes, we reduce the number of humans needed to accomplish the same feats. However, these automated experts are far from flawless. With the medical diagnosis program may have a wider range of knowledge and possibilities to draw from, they still lack the human perception inherent in most medical diagnosis or in internet searching. How many results returned are relevant or possibly relevant and absent? These programs cannot exceed their programmed parameters to make the connections that are made every day on pure human instinct.
Now, human instinct may be all well and good for now, but how effective, I hear you cry, will it be when the robot uprising begins? Even such big names in the industry as Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple Computers, and Neil deGrasse Tyson, the renowned astrophysicist, warn of a humanity being superseded by computers within the next 30 years, and wonder if we will be like gods or pets to the new AI overlords. The biggest consideration here is that artificial intelligences cannot do anything that they were not programmed to. This might not help in the case of a Skynet or GLaDOS when the interpretation of the programming leads to unintended consequences, but even with machine learning and AIs improving on their own, they cannot exceed the parameters of their programming. A bigger concern would be an over-reliance on AIs in such delicate places as the medical or financial industry, not being properly maintained and eventually producing errors. Even worse would be the potential for the disruption of service in the case of a power loss or the sabotage of a system by malicious attackers. We can definitely reduce manpower by supplementing our staff with artificial intelligences in the form of expert systems, but total reliance and replacement could serve only to cause more trouble than good.
Intelligence is not yet the exotic dreams of science fiction and has in fact already become a fixture behind the scenes in everyday life. Industries from medical to manufacturing are using AIs to improve efficiency, and life is better for everyone. Maintaining some portion of the fields as human experts should be consideration in case of disaster, rather than relying solely on artificial intelligences. But overall, AIs are not something to be intimidated by. They are key to much of the technology that we use today, and their potential is yet to be fully realized.